Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back for the first time in 2024 for this
We
week's.
skipped a week.
We skipped 2 weeks.
Well,
Uh,
we announced that
we
we were
announced the
skipping
one,
one, and
and then I
then
then I said we were
I was
probably going to
sick.
call it two, but we ended up two. Um, January 10th, 2024. They were last year's 2 weeks from now comics, but now it's 2 weeks from last year, so they're this week's comics. Starting with our number 5, we have Giant Size Spider Man #1.
So, Spider-Man versus Venom. Dylan Brock, aka Venom, has a bone or a brain to pick with Miles Morales. With Miles Morales, Spider-Man scribe Cody Ziegler teaming up with Ivan Coelho with a cover by the legendary Brian Hitch. This is a giant-sized Spidey story that can't be missed. And this is just the first of more exciting giant-sized one-shots featuring your favorite characters releasing through the first half of this year. Plus, includes a reprinting of Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 22 by Spidey legends Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli, featuring the epic conclusion of Miles' first battle with Ultimate Venom. Oof, that was a Marvel synopsis if I've ever heard one. No, this one will be fun. I mean, giant size books are always something, you know.
There's something.
They always have some sort of
They have
fun one
something in
shot
them. Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, plus also I'll always read a Spider-Man versus Venom. You know, it's gonna be a fight,
Yeah. I mean,
so
it's
it should
it's
be
true to
fun.
the Giant Size name though, because like Giant Size back in the day were reprints.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is half of it.
yeah, yeah. But move anything else on this one before we move on to number
Nope.
4? We got Adventure Man Ghostlights #1. New story arc. When the good guys of the Golden Age come back, all their ghosts follow. Now Claire and new Adventure Man and her maybe beau Chris, the new cross-draw kid, defend peace on Earth from a phantom empire of crime by Matt Fraction and Terry Rachel Dodson. Adventure Man. It's Matt Fraction.
Matt
It's gonna be
Fraction.
good. Will it come out on time? I hope so. This one will.
Well, this one will, and
Will the
then
story
then who
arc?
knows about the
Yeah,
next one.
we shall see. I really enjoyed Adventure Man. I read it as a trade. I highly recommend you pick it up if sounds interesting. It's Matt Fraction family friendly, which is super cool to see. Just his
Yeah.
different writing
So
style.
you
Not
said
that,
it's kind of geared towards like something that his children could read even.
yes, yeah, yeah. But it's not. That doesn't diminish it in that it's a child. It's not a child's
Oh
comic.
yeah.
Yeah, but
At the end of the day, that we're all children inside. You
exactly.
know.
Comics are supposed to be for
At
kids.
least that's what it's for.
You just may not want to hand your kid the book Sex Criminals that you wrote. So, maybe you just hand them Adventure Man instead. But moving on to our number 3 this week, we got Rebel Moon, House of the Blood Axe, #1.
So, comic book prequel to the highly anticipated Netflix movie Rebel Moon, created by acclaimed director Zack Snyder and written by award-winning comics writer Mags Visaglia. As war is looming on the horizon on the planet Shasu, the leader of the Blood Axe family is conflicted between living up to his father's domineering legacy and maintaining the peace. It is up to him to settle the conflicts within himself and his family before the entire planet erupts in war. So you didn't watch the movie.
No.
They they make it seem like the movie hasn't come out yet, but it has.
Okay.
Rebel Moon. It was a good movie. Very Zack Snyder. Like I was telling you, though, it's very sci-fi, it's very Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like if they just let Zack Snyder make a Star Wars movie that had no Star Wars characters or
But
references
yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Okay.
um,
All
but
right.
but so this is like a prequel for one of the factions that
Are there
is
Jedi?
huge in that movie. No, there are no Jedi.
No Force.
No, so this is like one of the factions in this Rebel Moon, universe. So this
Is
should
there an
be pretty
empire? If
interesting.
they're rebels, is there an empire?
There is,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
All
it's
right.
like a kingdom.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Understood. Very cool. I do want to check that out. Maybe if I ever
It
resubscribe
was
to Netflix, I'll check it out.
it's one of those movies like if you ever end up getting Netflix again, watch it. But like, you're not missing too much.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it as like just a kind of like a Saturday night. I was sitting there like eating popcorn, watching a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It
That's fair.
was
That's
fun.
fair. That's fair. But we'll move on to our number 2 this week. We got Rise of the Powers of X. The fight for Krakoa has been lost. 10 years ago, the mutants returned from their exile to try and reclaim the Earth from the forces of Okris. They failed. Now, within the victorious Orcus, with their gauntlet choking the world, Nimrod and Omega Sentinel put their plan within a plan into action. They are to summon their binary god to consume everything in their ascension. Accession? Accession. In their accession? Accession. All that stands between them is the X-Men. What can they do? They're the X-Men. They'll find a way. That's their power. So begins a story beyond time and space with the rise of powers beyond our petty human intelligence. From writer Kieran Gillen and artist R.B. Silva comes half of the story that will bring the Krakoa age to its conclusion.
This means that a good jumping on point for the X-Men is probably coming.
Yeah.
Because, I
But
mean, the last time these books were coming out,
it was like
it
what?
was
It
the
started
start of
2019?
Hickman.
What was that,
Yeah, it was like
2019?
5 years ago. Who'd have thought when they said Hickman's building the X-Men universe that this is where it would get? like,
Right. I mean,
like it's grown pretty far
yeah,
from what
yeah.
he started with, but I've loved the way like the direction that this whole timeline has taken.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I mean I loved Powers of X and House of X when they came out, and I think these are probably going to mirror those pretty well and set up the next, big X-Men status quo, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. And Silva was the artist on Powers of X at the beginning. So we are getting that kind of
Was
tie
he?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be cool
This one,
once it's finished because I made it relative. I probably made it about halfway through reading like every single X book, and then I burned myself out on
it's.
it.
I mean,
Because I
you're
mean,
reading 5 years
like
of
it's
its
don't look at all the
own.
books that are out now. There have been like 6 books that have come and gone and been canceled during those years.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of books
Yeah.
for X-Men and a lot of events and tie-ins, and it's crazy.
Hey, like we said,
But
there's a dude who only likes the X-Men out there.
right,
Like,
right, right.
and he reads every issue.
And he had a
But
great
I'm not.
past
I'm
couple of
not
years.
always
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He had a great past couple of years. I think it'll probably still be cool going forward.
Sure, yeah.
Like these stories too are. I'm pretty excited for. I think it's like there's been a lot of questions throughout because like I've followed all of X-Men since Hickman started this stuff. Um, Pretty closely, like not every single issue,
Yeah,
but there are a lot of questions that hadn't been answered that I think this will tie up.
yeah. That's fair. Cool. Excited about that one, but not as excited. Speaking of Hickman, speaking of
Hickman.
new universes, we got Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
The new Ultimate Spider-Man for a new Ultimate Universe. Revolutionary writer Jonathan Hickman and acclaimed artist Marco Cicchetto bring you a bold new take on Spider-Man with the debut title of the new line of Ultimate Comics. After the events of Ultimate Invasion, the world needs a hero who will rise up to take on that responsibility. Prepare to be entangled in a web of mystery and excitement as the all-new Ultimate Spider-Man comic redefines the wall crawler for the 21st century. I won't just pull Ultimate Comics. I won't. Dude, this is gonna be so cool. Having Ultimate Spider-Man back, I feel like they can do a lot now
Having Ultimate Spider-Man back with Hickman.
with Hickman. Ultimate Invasion was awesome. Like all the comics that they have coming out, they've already announced for the Ultimate Universe, seem awesome. Like
Oh
Ultimate
yeah.
Invasion was really good, set up some good stories. Like I'm super pumped for it. I gotta fight the urge. I got too many universes. I don't need to go into the Ultimate again.
So which covers are you not getting of Ultimate Spider-Man
For this one, actually, I didn't go too hard.
number 1? Okay.
I got the Stegman cover, and then I got the. No, that's actually it. The
This is Stegman.
Stegman one. Yeah. Oh, and the Bagley connecting one.
Bagley.
But no, I've had to calm it down on variants. After
Nice. It's fair.
it's
It's
been an
fair.
expensive couple months in the last three
Stegman's
months
one
of
is
the
the way to
year.
go. Yeah. Yeah.
No, so I mean, I had to get the Stegman.
Yeah.
I love Ryan Stegman. But now that I'm looking at them, they're some pretty sweet ones.
There's some good ones. That's why I was scrolling down and taking a look, and I was just like, so which one is Murphy not good?
And there's gonna be. It looks like we'll get an Ultimate Spider-Man 2099.
Yep.
Seemingly.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I just love Spider-Man.
No.
A week with two Spider-Man books on the top 5. It's great.
It's a good week. Cool. Well, anything else until this week's comics are last week's comics, and next week's comics are this week's comics?
Nope, that's it. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, and many more comics to come.
Till next week's comics.
Or this week's comics. See you guys later.